Hey, haven't seen you in a while. One of you suggested I should create shorts that are not actual shorts, and this is an attempt at this. I haven't published in a while on YouTube, and that usually means that I'm down a rabbit hole doing research, which I have. For the longest of times, at least for the last few years since I stumbled upon Bitcoin, I have been running my own full node. The reason for this is it's way more private, and I'll discuss this later. But I've been doing this on an old Think Center computer. This one specifically, it's huge and it weighs 100 pounds. I've been lifting it at least 3 times so far and my hand actually hurts. So I've been wanting something smaller, something that is more convenient, and ideally something that can be brought with oneself when we travel, because if we're going for a long amount of time, we want to have access to our own node. And that's where I have been contemplating using a Raspberry Pi such as this one to do exactly this. Now, it's been a really interesting exploration down there in the rabbit hole. There are so many things that we need to factor in when we want to do something like this. And something that I've discovered is doing the initial block download takes forever on this device. And that's where I have been using my ThinkPad X1 Yoga to kind of seed the initial block download. Now, 100 million things started fascinating me, and I wanted to give you some perspective on those. Among others, this here is not so efficient at computing stuff like blockchain. This here is much better, but this computer is a little expensive. I did not want to cook it. So when I started doing the initial block download, this computer was using all of its cores and it was heating up quite a bit. I think it reached about 90 degrees Celsius, and I was worried I would damage this computer, which I really like. I'm not so worried about it in the context of a Raspberry Pi because it's kind of expandable, but this computer is not. And that's when I noticed that I could disable Turbo Boost. That's like a property of Intel CPUs that essentially makes the CPU run faster. It's kind of like overclocking the CPU in a way. And that solved it. Right now, this computer is actually doing the initial block download. And if we look at this window here, that's actually, well, we can see that it's using 6 CPUs, 71% RAM, but we can also see that it's now at 94% IBD, so it's almost done. So that's super interesting. The other thing then is I noticed that the screen was always on, and I did not want to burn my screen because this is just running nonstop for long periods of time. So I found how I could in Linux disable it. I also did not want to run all of this over my ISP, so I learned how to do malvad through command line on Linux. So anyways, all of this will land on GitHub as reference materials. So that's super interesting. I'm going to be really happy to share this research with all of you. And actually, I'm also going to write a story like this one. When I surgically removed all trackers from Ghost, I kind of brought you down the rabbit hole with me, kind of day per day, trying to share as much of that mental model as possible, because that, I believe, is how one becomes really private and secure using computers. It's not about like actionable like items. It's more about a mindset. So I'm going to be writing a story like this that will be available on the website. And all of this work, again, is made possible because of people who donate or join. So thanks to everyone who has joined. I'm pumped to announce that we are now 40 people who have joined. And this is 40% of that 100 goal. So if you haven't joined and you want to, make a lot of things possible for me here, please consider joining. As soon as we're 100, I'm actually going to start publishing this content on PeerTube again, which I'm really excited about. So we need 60 of you to get there. Now, for those of you who are into Bitcoin, this research has been really interesting. I actually reached out to my, I don't know how we call it, network on Twitter. Anyways, to a whole bunch of people through a set of tweets. And it was quite fascinating that a lot of really cool people pitched in ideas and helped me learn, which was really amazing. So if you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. I want to expand my network there. If you're really privacy conscious, one just has to be careful what we disclose. I see Twitter as something that I would be willing to scream out there in the street. For this kind of stuff, it's fine. And also, I'm really excited about this. I am considering creating a Bitcoin masterclass. So this page here, don't look at the URL. This will be published as soon as this episode drops on YouTube. But I will be setting up, if enough of you are down, a masterclass which will bring you down the rabbit hole of Bitcoin privacy and security, how to set up one's own node, how to set up Electrum wallet using a Trezor to make it secure, and also how to back up seeds and stuff like this. So if you're interested, the price will be $249 US. People who join get 15% off. And if enough of you are interested, I'll set up the masterclass and reach out to you. So right now you can submit your email, and I can hear some of you saying, "Son, you're asking me to drop my email on this website of yours. Are you nuts?" Well, first things first, I surgically remove all trackers from this website. And second, I created my own membership platform. And third, I just implemented a feature for polls in Ghost Store, which is open source. And this is one of the abstraction layers that I wrapped around Ghost so that it is privacy conscious. So if you're dropping your email there, only I have access to it. It is stored on a server that is encrypted. So yeah, if you're excited about this and you want to learn more about Bitcoin or deepen your knowledge about Bitcoin, please consider dropping your email there to show interest if you're willing to pay $249. And if enough of you are down, I will create this. So yeah, I guess that's not so short, but it's an attempt at a non-short short. I'll see you soon. Bye.